Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, once upon a time there were two merchants used to live in a village close by a lake, and they were so friendly each other. And one is used to practice giving. Even he's a merchant, he always try to give for people. And other merchant always try to get something from others, whoever come. And he somehow thinking that to get more money from the other person rather than what he giving. Oh, so he don't understand this giving. And one day, this both get into a boat to go for a business trip over the lake to other side. And so then what happened in the middle, the wind was so bad, and then it's overturned. And then this boat struggling and to hold the boat and to survive themselves. So then this generous merchant hold the boat somehow and get into it, and then was trying to help for this greedy merchant. And then he's shouting, give you a hand, give you a hand, give you a hand. But even he able to very close and hold, even he able to catch the hand, he not going to hold that. And this merchant was shocked what happening to his friend, why he not, because he is going down little by little. Even he tried to help him and stretching his hand, he not going to hold it, and he is struggling himself. Then again he shout, and hold, give you a hand, give you a hand. But he cannot do that. He's not going to do it. Then this wise merchant understood and told, take my hand, take my hand. Then suddenly that greedy merchant hold his hand and then survived. So this little story tell about our attitude. And if you don't know how to give, and sometimes even when the moment comes for you to die, remember, you cannot let go things. And we think, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I can forget this anything. And sometimes we think like that way. But still deeply we hold it to things. And when the situation comes, you cannot do it. So then take a very conscious decision every day, especially regarding these outside things. Why? Because this everything hold with us deeply. We have internal desire. We always in our mind, two different nature, pull and push with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. Always this perception, you pull and push, pull and push. That's why that sometimes you when you check your pressure, your blood, the level, and your nerve system, this everything 24/7 trying to do that. You pull something or you push something. But tranquility state mean you settle down slowly, allow things to be there, rather than going towards something, or rather than pushing something toward you, pulling something toward you. You just settle down. That is very necessary. Every day yourself remember, because deeply with this desire that we hold it to this world. So having things, nothing wrong. And once you able to get the best out of the material, then naturally what will happen? You slowly get out of the holding nature, because holding and getting something best out of you, both you cannot do at once. Once you hold it to something, you cannot get the best out of even with that material things. So then in day-to-day life, develop a method yourself. Another thing is releasing your mind, very necessary if you look for conventional happiness and even for your spiritual growth, development. There is a way you cannot just get into a spiritual life that forgetting this outside world. It's like how you grading a mountain, cutting a mountain. You cannot start from the bottom. So you have to start little by little from the top and cutting part by part, part by part, part by part. So then slowly, so the cleaning our mind also the same, and releasing things from your mind. And even everybody like to understand something every day, and we look for something. So we like to learn something new, but at the same time, remember, holding everything you cannot learn. You have to learn to release it. You when you get kind of like any tool, any this electronic gadgematic or any item, to understand the mechanism, what you have to do, you have to take the parts out. To understand anything, what you have to do, you have to separate the parts. Otherwise, you cannot understand. That the putting more and more on the top of that machine or the any item, putting more and more, you cannot understand what it is. What you have to do, take out the parts, take out the past. And when you take out the parts, you start to learn what is the mechanism. So same like in your mind, if you keep putting things without releasing, and you may think, oh, you understand, oh, I am learning, but within few days it go away. So then remember yourself in day-to-day life and start to release from you. That releasing is an attitude that you have to remember and you have to practice. It is not easy because we bound to this world with that. And so once you are able to release like that way, what will happen? You feel more easy and you feel more comfortable and relaxed and more light inside you. So with that, deeply you can recognize that what is happening in your mind. That is what you need, not with this outside. And then what will happen? Then this whatever the outside world become more comfortable for you, and at the same time you have no any kind of attachment to that, but still you can manage that things very well. It's like this: if you are the mother or the father, or if you are a brother or sister for a newly born child or little children, when you play with them with their toys and you do better than them, but still you don't have any attachment to that toys, but still that you can do better than that child, still you detach from it no matter what happened. And even whatever that the child go through, with that may the child believing, oh, this is mine, and child believe this is everything for that child when you play with toys. But in you don't have that. So bring the same analogy to your conventional life to spiritual. In conventional life, you are like with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, with this all the perception, like that newly born baby, playing with toys. And when you transform yourself, when you become matured with your spiritual practice, you are kind of like an elder that playing with the child. You still have this perception with you. You still have these toys and you can play very well, but still there is no attachment. There is nothing to hold there. There is no any desire to keep it with you. So that transformation you need while you're living. So then you have to start from the place you're sitting, the house you're living, not the outside. There's nothing that you can give up outside world. This everything inside your head, what you already have. Clean up that. And try to get everything out of it, at least for a 1 minute. At least for a 1 minute. Get everything out. Because once you get out of it from your mind, it will be forever in this universe, but you become free. And look at ourselves. We always carry things as a memory, even not about us sometimes, regarding others. And then finally you become suffer. And you spend so much time and you lose so much energy in you because whatever happened there, it is necessary to understand. But remember, carrying it and reminding and thinking again and again about it and become worry sometimes, becoming sad sometimes, and comparing it to here and there, not going to bring anything. So then get out of this kind of attitude that you carry in your life. And always remember, the moment you have within yourself is the most important part. And get the lesson out of that, whatever happened to others. And look at around and get the lesson. And then look where you are and see what you can do yourself. And then, because you have to be, when it comes to meditation, remember, to develop the tranquility, so you have to be very limited with the informations and the tranquility state. It says like this: rather than reading 2 lines from 2 books, if you are able to read 1 line twice in the same book, you're going to get something better. Rather than reading 2 lines from 2 books, if you're able to read the 1 line twice from the same book, you can get something better. So that's why you stay with the sensation again and again and again, and that will take you somewhere. So be available for that. Don't try to hold it to information and you already happened here and there. It happened because of necessary situations and conditions. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. And it happened, and sometimes you don't see there are reasons behind it. So that's why it happened. But yourself, you have to look again and again where you are. So what you can do. So when it comes to that, deeply, that what you practice and what is your passion, always going to be with you. And especially every day when you end your day, remember, release your mind. And whatever you hear, whatever you smell, taste, feel, and even whatever the ideas come, Don't try to hold it to something and listen. Just as example, if you hearing a bird, and if you thinking about the bird and hearing the sound, you're never going to get that sound. So then practice with your all five senses, with all the perception that come to you. Sometimes release the mind, and then you will see. It is kind of like entering to the universe, and release the ideas that hold it to you. And it because we deeply hold it to this worldly pattern, that is itself called samsara. That's why it happening again and again and again, and becoming again and again. So for that, there are a few things in day-to-day life that you have to do, because just by mind, it not going to happen. You have to bring it to physical action. You have to bring it to the world. You have to be grounded. Look at the Buddha. He was in the heaven before he became the Prince Siddhartha. But to attain to Buddhahood, he came to the earth, and he grounded. So becoming grounded is very necessary when it comes to spiritual development. So your sitting itself kind of like you becoming grounded physically. That is another way that you connecting your physical to this universe. You are sitting because you completely surrender. And so otherwise the Buddha can be in the heaven and can tell and preach the Dharma, but no, he came to the world and got the human form and went through all the necessary practice and attained to the Buddhahood. So then remember yourself, when it comes to inner development, getting to the path and go through the path with the right understanding and with the right practice is necessary. That is what the Buddha taught. So then in day-to-day life, doing something and waiting for another thing not going to work. You look for happiness and satisfaction. That happiness and satisfaction, whatever you get through these sensual pleasures, of course there is a happiness, there is a satisfaction, but it like a package. That's the thing. Because when it come, it doesn't come only with the happiness. It come with something else. So it's kind of like this lot of medications, lot of tablets, and when you take it, it may take the pain out, but there is something going to be there in you. It's going to leave something inside you, and then you will get out of the pain, but there are some other side effects going to come. So that happened. That is what itself called the samsara. And you becoming happy, and remember that happiness not going to be just happiness. Then it going to, once it end, it going to leave you something. So, going to a nice hotel and having a nice dinner, nothing wrong with that. With the music and dancing around you, no, nothing wrong with that. It is good. But you have to be aware. End of that all, you have to pay for that. And you cannot just say, oh, it is beautiful, nice, I enjoy that. You just cannot say that if you cannot pay. So then you have to pay. For pay, you have to earn the money. For that, you have to work. So like that, this all journey is a part of something. So then that paying and that part sometimes we don't think. So then remember, nothing wrong with things, but remember, nothing going to come alone. So then little by little, you have to find the balance around this your material world with your physical life. So that there are the 5 things that you have to practice in your life. So one is get out of opulent dinner. That's mean, mostly that is what we like to do. Get out of opulent dinner. So if you want to eat during the daytime. And mostly try to reduce your food after 6 o'clock or 4 o'clock or like that. If you want to have something, have a very light something. Don't go to heavy dinner. Don't do that. It become all the sugar inside your body. You know that. But still sometimes you do it because to make someone happy. No. To make somebody happy, don't kill yourself. And it is just not only that. With that, you creating a certain pattern inside you. And it deeply affect your spiritual practice. Remember, all the intakes affect you. Especially whatever you eat, that when it comes to eat, it's with your eye, whatever you eat as pictures or the colors, for your ears, what you eat with the sound, for your nose, what you eat with the aroma, for your tongue, what you eat with the food, for your body, what you associate people as sensation, it's eating. And for the mind, what the thoughts that you keep thinking again, it's you feeding it. So it's very important when it comes to the food intake. So then in daytime, it's okay. You have, you can eat whatever you enjoy. But remember, little by little, slowly get out of opulent dinner and develop it as a habit. The most of people don't eat daytime, but they used to eat at night, heavy dinner. And then in the daytime, they come back and they like to be happy, satisfied, but the body has a pattern. Look, this 2600 years ago, that's what the Buddha said. So when you have the faith, conviction, and you don't go against that, you accept it as dharma. So your body no need too much food. So then remember yourself, when you deeply practice, that is slowly you start to get connected with that, and you don't feel that much hunger, because mostly that hunger deeply connect to your emotions and your thinking pattern. So like that. So little by little, remember, one important thing, get out of opulent dinner. Once a while, it is okay. Consciously, you do. And you become very disciplined with the food. See, it is nothing to do with anything, but it deeply change you. If you look for your own inner happiness and the success and the spiritual development, have very conscious decision when you have food. It's going to change you. Remember, sometimes closing your eyes, it is very difficult for you to get into tranquility state. And practice with this, you will see within few days, you get it very quickly. And there is a deeper connection with that, especially the food. So then practice it. Now you heard it. So again and again, give a try yourself. Don't be crazy for food. It cannot do anything that much like that. Nothing wrong with that. When we eat, we worship, we pray, and we pray for all the people who ever help around that. We have the respect. But remember, don't abuse yourself because of the food. You very mindfully, you take, and when you feel you good, and you stop that. That's it. And your bodies belong to the time. So that's why in the night time, the body behave in a different way. So then practice it. And the second one is love of sleeping. Always look for sleep, sleep, sleep. No, you remember that one day you're going to have a long sleep. So don't worry about the sleeping. We all going to get that, hibernation, long sleep, and your body going to rest in peace. So then let it be that. But don't don't try to waste your time, waste your life with sleeping, sleeping, sleeping like that. If you get into the good tranquility state, your body going to be so rest and peaceful and calm, relaxed, comfortable, healthy. And so you, of course, you need the rest and you need necessary sleeping, but always remember, and this life is very limited. It doesn't matter you healthy, how healthy you are, one day we have to let go this all. So then better than sleep, have some kind of spiritual purpose in you and invest that sometimes little bit for that spiritual practice. And if you used to sleep for 7 hours, 6 hours, and take half an hour from that sleep and invest for your spiritual part, not to watch TV, not to have kind of like a chit chat or talk with others, not to go to Facebook or the YouTube, not like that. Invest it really for your spiritual life and practicing yourself, or really gaining something or learning something, and try to touch the bottom of that spiritual practice every day. And then you will see, when you wake up next day, you feel so good and you feel so energetic. That's because your mind get nourished from that spiritual development than this all the sensual pleasures. So that's why try to get into that path little by little, little by little. And then you slowly turn your life towards something which that you not reach yet. So this all the practice is like that. So you come every day and you practice a little bit meditation. But remember, and slowly, little by little, you take some time, some extra time from your sleeping. And now you can practice little bit loving kindness meditation, and you can practice inhalation, contemplating inhalation, exhalation every day. It is for you. It's for your health. That health means just not only for this conventional life, for your entire sansaric journey, it will help for you. And the third one is hanking after pleasure. So always look for pleasure, 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 satisfaction, satisfaction. Always do something to find the 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 satisfaction. No, that going to make you weak very easily. Remember that resting time period, it's called vireka, and giving some space for your body. And it's kind of like a fasting. That is where you're going to gain your strength. These bodybuilders that you see, they have huge big body, and one of the secret to becoming that much strong, they create a gap in between their activities and resting, and they don't do anything and they get a complete rest. Otherwise they become weak, this body. If you love to work out and every day you do it because you like to work out, you become weak. Your body get injured very easily. So your mind also the same. And you like the pleasure, and 24/7, if you go with it, remember, you're going to blow out, something will happen. So then, to gain the longevity with the mindful activities, and remember to get out of all this five perception and completely find a rest and find a gap and make an empty space in you. Completely, nothing. Don't even think anything. Make it completely empty. Just sitting. That's enough. Just sitting, you completely get out of and make completely empty your mind for a while. So that will help you to settle down all your nerve system, and everything in you, each and every atom start to listen that. And that's way deeply you find the, the, the rest. Another thing is, don't act without reasons. Fourth one. And don't act because just you feel to act. No. Mostly we do with the habitual pattern. But remember, reverse it. Reverse it. And look for the reason within yourself. Before you tell something, look yourself, why I am telling this. Before you do something, why I am doing this. In the beginning, maybe you cannot stop it, but at least know the reason. At least you know, oh, my mind say I have no power to hold this. My emotions say, oh, my pleasure say this, to do this way. That's why I am doing. At least that enough for you. It is enough for you. Knowingly that, go with it. So then, rather than just acting, look yourself, why I am doing this. And it's going to change you. Another thing is lack of physical activity. That is not good in conventional life, because this body, this you have to move this body. And there are some yogis, and their hand is like this, they cannot bring it down. This all joints lock. Why? If you hold this hand like this, keep it 1 month, 2 months, then after that, this all the joints lose your mobility, and then you cannot bring it down. So that's why in day-to-day life, always remember. And sometimes we mentally, we do a lot of things, but when it comes to our physical life, zero. We cannot produce any profitable things out of physical action. But in Dharma, it's not like that. Dharma is that you mentally practice, and at the same time, you are physically interfering, and you sharing it with others. So in day-to-day life, just imagine you, for your husband, for your wife, and every day you telling, just you thinking, you just thinking and telling, honey, I love you, honey, I love you. That's it. What will happen? One day you will, you're not going to find that person. That person will go away. You have to do things. So for your children, for your parents, maybe you tell, oh, mother, father, I love you. But you have to do something. And maybe you no need to, tell it again and again. But if you able to go and help for them and clean the house little bit with them, and even after the dinner or the lunch, you help to clean little bit and wash their cup and plate, those like that. So that's your physical interference. It is very necessary. So it's in its spiritual development. Remember, it is just not on the mind, only the mind. When you transform your mind, naturally what will happen? It start to come through, flow through your physical activities. That is very necessary. So then remember, this all five practice to keep it alive in your spiritual path and gain something better every day. Gain something better every day. So get out of the opulent dinner and practice it a little bit and get out of too much sleeping and invest your life for something better and hanking after the pleasure. So don't always look for the pleasure and don't go behind it. Don't always keep pulling and pushing things towards you. And then and with that, whatever you do and do knowingly the reasons. And other thing is physical interference, that is very necessary. So those five things. And one time Buddha talked with the one of the king, and that king Kosala, because he used to be a king kind of like having always eating and having a very uncomfortable lifestyle. So then the Buddha advised him and follow this way. And then what will happen? So little by little, he became so comfortable and healthy and relaxed. And then one day he came to Buddha and told, "Oh, Venerable Sir, now I feel so good inside me." So mostly the good and the satisfaction and the joy we like to get through something. But remember, you are that everything. You don't need it from outside. So that is where your spiritual journey going to be more successful. Find the happiness, find the place, the comfort, find the satisfaction, just being itself within you, not towards something. Of course, you can get it, but that gaining it through yourself, being with it within yourself is more higher than whatever you gain from outside. So remember that, and through practice, try to achieve to it little by little, little by little. In this conventional life, you will have a very healthy, comfortable life, and at the same time, that will become path for your spiritual development. And one day, you will attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.